Hey, how you doing? Today we're going to do a memory swap out, a HD hard drive swap out for a slim model PS3. Okay, upgrade the hard drive. This one right now inside has a 120 gig hard drive, and the one we're going to be putting in it is a 250. Okay, 250 gigs. And again, if you haven't bought one yet, you need to buy this first. And this is a SATA 2.5-inch laptop hard drive. You can get them on Amazon, all sorts of places you can get them. And you know, I wouldn't go more than 500 gigs, but like I said, this one's 250. It doubles the space and gives you a lot more room for all the stuff that you're putting on there. Couple things to remember before you do this is that you want to get all the information off the current hard drive you can, either onto a thumb drive, a USB, a flash drive, or onto an external hard drive, or you want to upload it to your saves on the PSN. You want to update all your trophies, and you want to make sure that you remember all the things you need to re-download from the PlayStation Network, because if you try to take this hard drive, pop it in another PS3, it will be formatted. It will erase anything on there, and most of your information is going to be stored on that hard drive. So you're going to want to be able to put the new hard drive in, format it, and put everything back on there to make sure you don't lose anything. Especially game saves that might be difficult to move. For example, Mass Effect 2 and some of the Assassin's Creeds, you just can't move them to an external hard drive source. The only way I've found that you're able to move them is to do an entire system transfer, which you would need a whole nother extra PS3 to do, or you can move it to on the PlayStation Network to the game saves if you have the PlayStation Plus. If you have another extra PS3 laying around that you haven't started using yet, you can transfer all the data from one to that one, put your new hard drive in, and then transfer back. That is a long and tedious process, but then you will get everything exactly the way it was, and that's one option. If you have an extra PS3 laying around that you don't mind formatting that hard drive, because once you go to upload it, it will erase whatever's on there. So you either want it to be new, someone who doesn't really use theirs a lot, that doesn't mind having their data erased, or something along those lines. But if you're doing a big upgrade, you're planning on keeping this for a long time, and you're putting a big hard drive in here, then that's an option too. If you have a buddy who just got their PS3, say, hey, before you start using it, can you help me do this system transfer and stuff like that. Okay, so let's get started. This is a little bit different from the older model if you had one of those. Instead of being on the side, this is going to be in the front, on the bottom, right here. Okay, there's a little teeny flap, which opens pretty easily. Okay, it's just got a little pop thing here. You just pop it up. It's right here, and it doesn't come off. It's attached to it, and it will just rotate around right there for you, so you won't lose it, which is a good thing. And inside of there, you'll see a little blue screw. Okay, and your little blue screw is the first thing we need to take care of. All right, so right here, I don't know if you can see it that well. Inside of there's a little teeny blue screw, which you will need a Phillips for. Should have told you that to begin with. You need a Phillips. Just pop it in. Unscrew that. Should come out pretty easy. Medium length screw, not too long. It's going to be much longer than the ones we're going to deal with inside, because inside you're going to need this one you might be able to use a regular Phillips for. For the one on the inside, you're definitely going to need a small head Phillips. Okay? Once you get that unscrewed, this piece right here on the front will slide off. Okay, see? That comes off like this, and it has to be done in this order because there's a little lock right here that the screw holds in place. Now once you get that off, you'll see the hard drive assembly inside. And you just pull that right out. Slide straight out. Very simple. Okay? There's your original there's the hard drive that came with the system. So now that we have that out, if you look at it, you'll see that it has all the information about the hard drive in it. And the assembly itself is pretty simple. On the bottom of it, when you flip it over, it's going to have 4 screws that hold it in place. And that's what we're after. Okay? And once we get those out, we're going to just put the other hard drive in the same exact way. Okay? It's going to go right there so that the connectors are sticking off the end. It's kind of hard to do this the wrong way. I don't know if it's even possible. Okay, so we attack those 4 screws. They're pretty short, little silver screws. Don't lose them. You want all 4 to make sure the hard drive is stabilized once you get it in there. So you just unscrew those. Now the hard drive itself, the way it comes out of the assembly, is on one side you'll see there's a little groove right here. You just lift it up sideways and it slides out, in and out, okay? Set that one to the side. Take your new hard drive, which this one is a 250 gig. It says it right up there. And it also displays the speed, which is 7,200 RPMs, which is revolutions per minute. If you can, you want that. You want the higher revolutions. That means that the disk itself spins faster, giving you faster access to the information on the disk. Okay? And then you just take that, and you're going to slip it back into the casing. Right here, see, it just slides in sideways. And then you just line up the holes on the bottom. It's got the 4 holes, so it's pretty simple. You get them lined back up, so now that they're empty, got the new hard drive in there. Take your 4 screws, and we're going to screw those in place. Okay, so you got those back in place. Now we're going to go back to the system itself, and we're going to slip this back in to the front where we took it out. Okay, so you see the gaping hole right there. Just take the hard drive, slide it in, and you make sure that everything lines up with the hole right there. Then we're going to put this, the little piece that came off the front, back in place first. And again, you're going to make sure that everything lines up, so you should be able to see straight through to the hole inside, right there. And you put your blue screw in that hole. And screw in. Little flap goes back in place. See? And you're all done. You have now upgraded your hard drive on your slim PS3. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can either message me on YouTube. You can hit me up in my email. It's ben@prayercanhelp.com, or check me out on PSN. I'm James1_2_12. Thanks a lot. You have a great day. Jesus bless you.